And thank you all for making it. First of all, Mazal Tov to Rabbi Naftali Silver on the birth of the baby boy, him and his Rabbanit Rubisa, all the way in Cape Town. We wish them a hearty Mazal Tov and a lot of good nachat and good smiles from the baby and with the baby. L'orech yamim u'shnot chaim. And what? Caminos Buenos to Harley and Lida and Siyat Tova. And so the month of Nisan, we're in the first day of the month of Nisan. We have Halacha Birkat Ilanot. It says in the Gemara and further in the Shulchan Aruch, of a person that goes out in the month of Nisan and sees trees blossoming, they recite a specialty bracha, a specialty prayer that is noted in the Sidurim, Shelo Chiser B'Olamo Klum, that God has not left out anything in the world. Not only does He sustain us what we have, but He also makes it beautiful. He also makes it blossom. Seasonal changes to get us aroused, and so that is a big blessing. And we say the prayer when in this time of Nisan. Nisan is not the only time to say the prayer, but it's the beginning time to say the prayer. And so, if a person forgot for some reason or could not say the bracha today and onwards in the month of Nisan, they could keep on saying it. For example, any time of the year. Like we have friends that live on the other side of the hemisphere, they don't have it in this time of year, they say it in a different time of year. Kabbalistically, mystically, there's a reason why we say this bracha to release neshamot that may be contained or captivated in trees, in fruits, and so this bracha releases them, just like a bracha releases or penetrates or probes more shefa, more radiance and sustenance to us and to the entirety of the world. There could be elements or particles of neshamot according to that idea, and so we say that. So you have to have two trees that need to be fruit-bearing trees, even though the fruit is not yet on the tree, but it needs to be a fruit-bearing tree. So it cannot just be just a regular. It needs to be flowering. And it needs to be flowering. Now the question is, do you need a minyan for this? Preferable. Should you wait for Shabbat, or can you say it already today? We in our keilah have a minhag to recite it on Shabbat. That is particular, the minhag of this keilah. However, if without the minhag of this keilah, it is prescribed that one should zerizin magdimin lemitzvot. As soon as a person can do the mitzvah, they should do it. And so, if they can do it, even with a minyan before Shabbat, then they should. But of course, we have a minhag, a long-lasting minhag that we should maintain, that it's on Shabbat itself. Certainly, that you can also do it with a minyan, right? So that's why we have that today. And we're going to close off by saying there are two types. Says the Etz Yosef, there are two types of Jews. There are Matzah Jews and there are Pesach Jews. Matzah Jews are the Jews that were kicked out of Egypt. Pharaoh kicked them out. They didn't have time for the bread to rise, and it was thin like matzah. They were kicked out of Egypt. They had to go to Israel. But then there are the Pesach Jews. The Pesach Jews wanted to go to Israel because they felt that they could have a real holistic outlet for their spirituality, for their connection with Hashem. They didn't wait for Paul to kick them out. They were ready with their bags. They were ready long before Paul kicked them out. And so those Pesach Jews were on maybe a higher level. And so on Pesach, we have the ability to think about or to elevate ourselves or to transition from being a Matzah Jew to a Pesach Jew. And that has a lot to do with the theme of Pesach. We'll speak more about that. Baruch Adonai L'olam. Amen.